We're now going to answer this question here. It says the average daily amount spent in dollars by each shopper in each of the 3 areas at Grand Mall in 2019 is shown in matrix A 2019 below. So as you can see here, what it's telling us is that the average shopper spent $21.30 on food, $34 in clothing, and $14.70 on merchandise. So this is the average daily amount spent in dollars by each shopper. On a particular day, 135 shoppers spent the average daily amount on food, 143 shoppers spent the average daily amount on clothing, and 131 shoppers spent the average daily amount on merchandise. Write down a matrix calculation using A 2019 showing the total amount spent by all of these shoppers is this right here. So notice that they've given us the answer. Now, this is a show that question, meaning that, it's great that they've given us the answer. We can use it to double check that we've done it correctly, but you're not going to get any marks for writing this down, obviously, because they've given it to you. The most important thing here is writing down the matrix calculation. So what is it that we want to do? We want to figure out the total amount spent by all of these people is this amount here. So if I know that 135 shoppers spent $21.30. What am I doing? Well, I'm simply taking 135 and multiplying it here. If I know that 143 shoppers each spent $34, I'm simply multiplying this by 143. If I know that 131 shoppers spent $14.70, then I'm simply multiplying this by 131. So hopefully that makes sense, because I know that this is the average daily amount spent in dollars by each shopper. And I know there was 135 shoppers in food, 143 shoppers in clothing, and 131 shoppers in merchandise. So that's what I'm doing. But now we need to kind of represent this as a matrix multiplication. How can we do that? Well, this is where understanding how the order of things works is very important. So let's just rub out this for the time being. What is this matrix? It is a 3 by 1 matrix. What is our answer going to be? What is the order of our answer going to be? Well, as you can see, it's one number. So therefore, it's going to be a 1 by 1 matrix, isn't it? Now, what will I have to multiply this by to get a 1 by 1 matrix? And hopefully you can immediately see that what I'm going to have to multiply it by is a 3 by 1 matrix. By doing that, the 3's are next to each other, which means the matrix multiplication can take place. And then I've got a 1 here, and a 1 here, which makes it a 1 by 1. Now, let me ask you a very important question. Could this matrix be on this side over here? No, it could not. If it was over on this side, there's no way I could make a 1 by 1. So it has to be in this particular order. And the examiner's report is going to make mention that this was a common error, that people did not get the order of the matrix multiplication correct. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, all right, I'm going to have to take 135, 143, 131, and I'm going to multiply it by 2130, 34.00, and 14.70, like that. That is what we're going to do. By multiplying these in this order, we're going to get an answer of 963.20. So that is going to be our answer, 135, 143. And you don't have to put the multiplication sign there. That is what it's going to be. So now they just have to be next to each other. So just make sure they're next to each other. As you can see, if we come over here, 60% of people got this correct. There's the answer. That's what we wrote. Many students gave the correct matrix multiplication. Some had 2 matrices, but in the incorrect order. So remember, you have to consider the order of your matrix multiplications in order to make sure that they're in the correct positions here and here. People obviously wrote this one over on that side, but that wouldn't give you a 1 by 1 in the end. Okay, that's how you do that question. Hopefully that made sense.